Jivan ignored the people who tried to speak to him as he left the studio. He walked outside, relishing the cool, fresh air after the overheated studio. Getting into his car, he pulled out a fistful of tissues to wipe off the TV makeup, but didn't set off immediately. He shouldn't have agreed to do the interview. He'd butted heads with Sally Menon before at a writers' festival, and he didn't like her or her interviewing style. Well, she was famous for making people angry enough to reveal more than they'd intended. But his publicist had been very persuasive, and it was only a half-hour segment after all. He'd thought he could stay calm, but Cuckoo in the Nest had riled him. It was so accurate a description of his place in his mother's aristocratic family, the half-Indian bastard son of their rebellious daughter. He let out an angry huff of air at the memory of his childhood. Taking his time, he drove home to Richmond. He wasn't in a hurry to confront his wife, who would be furious about his behaviour on TV tonight. Well, Louisa would be even more upset by the end of the evening, because he'd decided it was time to have things out with her about their unsatisfactory marriage. He was dreading the confrontation, though. She could be vicious, had shocked him a few times during their 3 years of marriage with sudden quarrels. He detested quarrels, craved a quiet, peaceful home and life. Strange that, when he wrote thrillers for a living. Louisa greeted him by bouncing out of her chair and yelling, "Are you out of your mind, Jivan Childering, antagonizing a woman like Sally Menon?" "I must have been out of my mind to have agreed to go on her show." "It was brilliant exposure. But no, you had to waste your opportunity, didn't you? You're getting a reputation for being rude and arrogant. Did you know that?" "And your point is?" "If you want to climb to the very top of the bestseller lists and stay there, you need good publicity, not bad." "My books seem to be selling very nicely, Louisa, without me kowtowing to people like that horrible woman." "Your books could sell a good many more copies if you'd only put more effort into the publicity." "I'm going to practice interview techniques with you tomorrow, and I'm not taking no for an answer. After all, I used to be a publicist, and a damn good one, too. You don't have to care about the questions, you idiot. Just give suitable responses." His stomach lurched, and he felt faintly nauseous. Time to do it. "I'm not going to practice anything. Least of all with you." "What the hell do you mean by that?" "I want a divorce, Louisa." There was utter silence as she gaped at him. "Why?" She threw the word at him like a bullet. "Because I don't appreciate a wife who shares her favours around as freely as you do." "Then you ought to bloody well pay me more attention yourself. What am I expected to do? Stay at home all day and twiddle my thumbs? Give up sex entirely?" "You could have got another job, kept up your skills and had something to do all day apart from going to bed with any Tom, Dick or Harry. I didn't marry you to keep slaving away for idiot PR companies." "Why did you marry me?" "Because we fell in love." "No, I fell in love, but you didn't. I don't think you're capable of loving anyone except yourself." He'd come to the conclusion that Louisa had married him for his money and fame, and possibly because she thought his mother's connections would help them get into the top social sets. But she'd fooled him for a time, and he'd believed she loved him. He'd been really sucked in, so happy, for a while. Then so hurt and disappointed. "You knew I'd have books to write, PR tours to undertake. The writing is what earns the money you've been spending so freely. Which reminds me, I cancelled your credit card today." The first vase narrowly missed his head. The second one didn't. It knocked him out for a short time, and he bled so freely even Louisa was frightened of what she'd done and drove him to the nearest hospital A&E department. There, after hanging around for a couple of hours, he had the cut on his forehead stitched carefully by a plastic surgeon. As soon as she was sure he was all right, Louisa let her anger off the rein and for once forgot to be careful what she said in public. "I